What's up, guys? I'm PewDiePie. I'm just kidding, not PewDiePie. Yeah, my hair. Whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares. It's fine. Hi, guys. Welcome back to yet another Friday night live hangout. We will go right there with that. All right. Let's see. I gotta get the rules on there and everything. Oh yeah. New rules, guys. New rules. When somebody asks a question, do not give the answer. Until I've answered it. I know you want to all prove how smart you are, but we all know how smart you guys are. You guys are super smart. You know why I know that? Because you're here with me hanging out. I mean, kind of says it all, doesn't it? All right, so I'll pin this post. Boop. No giving answers until I answer in full. And then I want to pin that because that's how we roll. So, then I'm going to come up with a name and registry for a Sovereign class build. Greetings to the USS Foley from Samuel B. Roberts. She's in second Narendra class starship. Her hull registry is NCC 71413. Cool, cool. I said my Sovereign build, not my Enterprise B build. E build. Taylor, oh my god. Orion, Captain be spitting straight facts over here. Elcar for the win. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cap. Hey, Sci-Fi Nation. So yeah, same rules as always. If you guys want to ask me trivia questions, I'd really appreciate it. We always have fun doing that kind of thing. So yeah. I still have my Bombay banana strawberry. Got 2 of those left, and of course the shot is the plum brandy stuff. So, and we're here to just sit down and chat and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. My hair. Boy. Unscheduled live? Nice. It's not unscheduled. It's been scheduled all day. Well, most of the day anyway. But it's good to see you, Sci-Fi Nation. Theories. The hair is fine. Relax, bud. Yeah, but that's coming from you, and I've seen your hair. It's actually not that bad. It's just like, look at this. Sticking up at the back. Don't care, though. Don't care. I was working today. My bad. No problem. No problem. What happened to the walk about live that crashed the other night? I don't know. My signal kept dropping out and in and out and in and out. I didn't even want to go on that walk. Honestly, I thought, well, do I want to do a live or do I want to do a walk? Well, let's do both. So I don't want to really go for a walk because I'm fat. And started walking down the street and it kept cutting out. And I'm just like, all right, it just confirms it. I shouldn't be going for a walk. So I just went home and just nixed the whole idea. So apologize to anybody that was wondering what the hell happened to me. But Rambling Rattlesnake, Captain Foley. Foley only has 1 L, not 2. It's just 1 L. Would you have wanted to see the battle armor from the TNG FASA manual on screen? I don't remember the battle armor from the TNG FASA manual. I'm more of the original kind of FASA guy, so I didn't know much of the TNG stuff. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not 100% sure, so. Thank you, Oliver. Orion 14, I know that your all-time favorite Trek ship is the Constitution class. What is your all-time least favorite ship in Trek? There's a lot of really bad ships in Trek. The Jaeger class is definitely one of them. Um, Honestly, not a real fan of La Serena from Picard. Trying to think what else. There's lots of bad ships. So, yeah. I don't know, man. Sean Bandy puts in $5. True or false? Trekyards kicks butt. True and false. Sci-Fi Nation. Cap, I'm 6 foot and 185. I am fat. You're okay the way you are. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mark puts in $5. What role did Brent Spiner pass on reprising to play Data? What role did Brent Spiner pass on reprising? What role did Brent Spiner pass on reprising to play Data? I'm very confused by the question. Did he pass on a role to play Data, or are you talking about him reprising Data that he passed on? I don't know what you're talking about. Clarification mark. Snoopy McQueen, $5 with a laughing pair. Thank you so much. Chuck A, hey, how's it going? Eric Sween says, hey, Captain Foley. Scythe Commander, I thought your favorite ship was the Discovery Shuttle. Well, shuttles aren't ships, so. Jaeger is an Intrepid saucer and a Maquis engineering hull. Yes. Romulan ship, $40. The Night Court role. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the only other role I really know him from. So he passed, but the way the question was worded, he says reprising. So he passed on reprising that role to be Data. That's probably a very good move. But yeah, the wording kind of has me thrown there. But he passed on reprising a role that was offered. Yeah, that'd be the one on Night Court. So Feed Me Seymour theory: USS Protostar can create and travel through wormholes. I know wormholes are big, but I'm thinking smaller wormholes, as in an NX experimental ship. But that's just my theory. That's a fantastic theory, actually, and I'm totally on board with said theory. I think that's great. So, yes. Jeffrey Klein, Captain Foley, why is the Enterprise in Kelvin Timeline Star Trek movie built on Earth instead of a shipyard in orbit? Because JJ thought it would look cool. Not only on Earth, but in a fucking field in Iowa. If there was some kind of San Francisco shipyard where it was built, cool. Maybe. I still think ships should be built in orbit. Some of the components, like the saucer and stuff, can be built on the ground. We actually see that in the book A Flag Full of Stars. They actually build the saucer on the ground in the facility, and then they fly it up and dock it with the rest of the ship. And we do see in Utopia Planitia on the Mars surface, you see some Galaxy class hull or saucers on the surface in like big shipyards. So I don't have a real problem with that. Just the fact that it was in goddamn Iowa, and the ship was basically just completed. Like the structural integrity field must have been working at 1,000% for that thing to not just collapse. Mark says, yes, that is right. Martin Devon, I thought your favorite ship is the Connie. It is. And Sci-Fi Nation, do not answer any of the questions until I've given my final answers, or got the confirmation from the person that asked it. Might be the best idea, because, yeah. Turd says, I'm sorry, but the Jaeger was one of the most ass kit bashes in Trek ever. It's not that it's an ugly ship, honestly. It's a kind of a cool design. The problem is the upscaling of the Maquis Raider to match an Intrepid class hull, because if you look at the sizing of the Maquis Raider, there's no way that they would build the exact same design, just upscaled. That just makes no sense. So that's the problem that we have with it specifically. So, yeah. Cryptic Spider-Man just had my ingrown toenail removed and it hurts like a bitch, but I feel a lot better now. Well, good to know. Hopefully, yeah, it does feel better. Ha, thanks, says Jason. JJ verse everything is bigger and stronger because JJ says so. Pretty much. Pretty much. Since when did this chair get so goddamn squeaky? That's better. No, still squeaky. I love the Kelvin timeline, even though they seem to make up their own rules. It's true. It's true. Let me move this up a bit, actually. Maybe that'll be better. Cryptic Spider-Man. Low-key wouldn't be surprised if the JJ Enterprise D was built under the ocean with the E in a flying city above the fucking clouds. Yep. Mark says, I am starting my vacation now, and I'm glad I'm starting it with everyone here. Ooh, excellent. Very, very good to hear. Enjoy your vacation, sir. Just took this down at 10. That's probably better. Turd says, yes, exactly. They took to not scale similar models and bash them together. Jaeger class, no bueno. Now Miranda, that is a proper kit bash done by a Hollywood modeler. Yes, thoroughly agree. Thoroughly agree with you. Does Rick Berman still do anything with Star Trek, or is it all Alex Kurtzman? It's all Alex Kurtzman. And Matt is sort of here. Okay, good to know. Adam Juneman, how is your week going? I went to the dentist Tuesday and ended up getting my tongue get biopsy. So been a week of bouillon cubes. Oof. Adam, you just have not had great luck. My week is fine. It's been all right. I've been kind of down in the dumps a little bit. Not quite myself as of late, but that's okay. I hopefully hide it well. Feed Me Seymour says, it's great that Q is returning in Picard Season 2, but I was rewatching Voyager series and came across the episode of Q's son and Janeway as the godparents of. I'd like to see that character return. Yes, that would be great. And be pissed off that they killed Icheb in Picard and bring Icheb back, because Itchy and Q Ball were friends. Olivia Julius is here. Hello, Olivia. Orion 14. Have you seen the Star Trek Online Jeffries Constitution? No, I don't believe so. And there's Matt. Hola! At least she will lose weight. Yes, that's how I look at those kind of things too, Jeffrey. So guys, sorry we didn't do any lives on Wednesday or yesterday. No, we did one on Wednesday. I don't know when the hell we didn't do a live on Wednesday. We filmed with somebody on Wednesday. We didn't do a live Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday this week, and I apologize. This is your Friday one. Yay! We're going to be doing new Trek soon, which means lots of new content. So hopefully that'll go well. August 12th is when it starts, guys. We're going to be busy, but we're going to love and hate every minute of it. So I really need a drink. All right. Orion 14. It's a really well done version of the original Connie with refit style Nacelles. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that then. Cryptic Spider-Man, go completely wild here. Where would the JJ Prize Universe class, JJ Prize J Universe class, be built in the JJ verse? On the surface of the sun. That's exactly how they would do that. Matt Berman, hair is looking pretty on point there. Oh, really? I don't think so. Actually, looks like shit, but that's okay. It's all right. See, it's sticking out the back a little bit. Thank you, though, Matt. Jeffrey Klein, I'm definitely Team Boimler. Feed Me Seymour. Have you ever done a Trekyard special on parents, not just Federation, but also alien races, as there have been a few father-son extras in Trek who had the best relationship and who had the worst? We thought of doing something like that, thanks to a suggestion by Olivia, for Father's Day, the 10 best fathers in Star Trek. Worf would not be on that list, but we've kind of thrown the idea around, but Planty says we are all cautiously optimistic, so she's already caught on to my catchphrase for New Trek. It's Lower Decks, so we don't have to be cautiously optimistic. We can just go in full tilt, like excited, because Lower Decks season 1 was fantastic. Season 2 is looking just as good. So Lower Decks is ironically the one that I don't feel cautiously optimistic about. I feel very, very sure that it's going to be great. So Time Lord N89, does Trek ever address the Kahless clone after TNG? I don't think I've heard him talked about at all after the episode. Not in the episodes, no, but I'm sure there are books written about it. As a matter of fact, I know there's at least 1 or 2 written about him, or his involvement in something. So, yes, in beta canon. So, yeah. Scythe Commander, nah, JJ Prize J would also be built in Iowa. Sci-Fi Nation, hey Slick, I mean Captain. Scythe Commander, everything's built in Iowa. War God 6, Star Trek Online Jeffries is the Phase 2 Enterprise straight up and mix matchable with other Constitution variants. Okay, cool. I have not seen it yet in game. I'll have to check it out. Sounds like something I'd be interested in, though. Cryptic Spider-Man, honestly, building a ship on the surface of the sun sounds so stupid. I just know JJ would somehow make that look cool. I know, right? Mark, Lower Decks is still the most loyal to canon. Yeah, Lower Decks is the most canon accurate of all the new Treks so far. So, they mentioned him in STO, says Sci-Fi Nation. Yes. The clone of Kahless is in STO, says Mark. Yes, this is true. A lot of characters end up in Star Trek Online, but it's its own beta canon as well. I mean, it's as close to canon as you're going to get. It's kind of that straddles that line between alpha canon, like canon, and beta canon. It's kind of like endorsed by CBS and the most official because it's got the voice actors for it. So it's kind of riding that line of, is it canon or is it beta canon? So yes, he is absolutely mentioned in that. So are a lot of the other characters. So, and we talked about this when we were leading up to Picard and knowing when it takes place. Are they going to tie into STO at all? Which they haven't done, and I don't think they're going to. So yeah, STO is kind of its own thing, and that's just the way it is. Jeffrey Klein, I just started rewatching Enterprise and I am enjoying it. I still stand by my opinion that they took DS9's level of storytelling and drama and took it up a notch. It's great. Yeah, one of the things that really works for Enterprise is the fact that they just left Earth. So literally every episode is kind of riding that train of hey, it's what we did last week. Remember that? And I love that because In TNG, it's like, yeah, we're going to this starbase. Oh, now we're going to save these people on this planet. Oh, now we got to go check out this satellite. And it's kind of like no references to what they did last week. Whereas Enterprise is like, hey, remember those Klingons that we ran into last week? Oh man. So I like that because it's that linear storytelling that ties it all together. Got like a stitch weaving through all the episodes that really pulls it together, and I like that. That's one of the things that I think Enterprise does really well, but it makes sense considering the story and what's happening, the fact that they're the first ones out there leaving Earth. So, yes, Enterprise does it very well. So does DS9, to a lesser extent, I think, because it's a bigger universe at that point. There's a lot more going on, so it's kind of hard to have those kind of intimate stories with just a few characters that we know on a ship that they're the first humans out there, So, if that makes any sense, what I said. Mark says, I see STO as its own universe, like the Discoverse. Yeah. Sci-Fi Nation. Stamets and Burnham are also in STO, so is Tilly. Feed Me Seymour. Beta Canon. Not Beta Canon. It still rates above Kelvin Universe, lol. Sci-Fi Nation, as is a couple of Klingorg chicks. Oh, well, there you go. Martin Devon. Why is Hoshi so underappreciated, so sexy? I don't think Hoshi is sexy at all. I do not think Linda Park is sexy. She's all right. Like, she's not, you know, she's not bad, but she doesn't turn my crank, if you will. So yeah, she's not, and her character's just whiny and complainy for the first season. She does get better. She doesn't really get much to do as in terms of a character, though. Unfortunately, she got more than Mayweather, I think. Mayweather was very much a cardboard cutout of a character. Hoshi's great, but I'm not sure I totally buy her talented tongue, if you will, her linguist skills, being able to hear an alien language and pretty much respond right away. I know there are people that are like that, kind of savant like, but it's alien language. It's a totally different structure. It's totally different. I don't know if I buy it. So the character, I think, was flawed from the beginning. So Libby Julius, $5. Name the starship's name, class, and the captain's name that attacked the Cardassians in the Wounded. Well, it was a Nebula class. The starship's name was the... It's one of... the commander was... O'Brien served with him. What the hell was his name? The captain. Oh my god. Oh, Puggins, stop your snoring. What the hell was the name of the ship? I think it was the USS Sutherland. I think we talked about the captain literally in the last live. What the hell is his name? Okay, so it's the Sutherland Nebula class, and the captain is... Oh my god. I don't remember the captain's name. So I think it's the Sutherland, and I know it's a Nebula class, so that's without question. So I got part of that right, I would assume. Nebula class, the Phoenix. Okay, Benjamin Maxwell. That's it. All right, so I'll take a drink for that, Olivia. But good question. That is a good question. Cheers. Those 3-part questions are like, if you screw up 2 parts or 1 part. It's like, did you even get the question right? That's kind of tricky. Cryptic Spider-Man, the JJ Prize S would probably be built in a black hole. Yeah, absolutely. Feed me Seymour. Picard dressed as a pirate this week. Where is Data's cat again? Hoshi is gorgeous. Disagree. And yeah, as you see with the pin post, do not answer the questions. Olivia's not getting banned for that. That's not how it works. You don't ban them. But if you answer the questions before I do, I don't want to see them pop up on my screen because I don't want to get the answers. So you will be timed out for like 300 seconds or whatever it is. I don't know. But the moderators are going to be keeping an eye out for that. So please don't answer the question until I've kind of either got it right or got it wrong or just given up. Jeffrey Klein, it does make sense despite its ending. What does? Martin Devon says it's his favorite episode of Trek, The Wounded, so that's cool. Sci-Fi Nation, she doesn't yank his crank. That too. J.L. Young, what is Tendy's dog's name? Tendy's dog's name. Don't remember. I do not remember. Turd Ferguson, I would definitely a 22nd century sandwich out of Jolene and Linda Park. She was a cunning linguist. Feed me Seymour. Something puzzled me. Strange New Worlds. When is it set? Before Discovery, after Discovery events? How long between their missions to Kirk taking over? Reason I ask is how many seasons do we see it? So it happens 7 years before the events of TOS, which is after the events of Discovery, before they went forward in time. So yeah, you've got like 5 to 7 years that you could do the show or the series. So yeah, it is set between, it's after the Cage, it's after Discovery, so it's in that time period from when Discovery jumps to the future and TOS starts. Discovery originally started 10 years before TOS. Then the first season there was a bit of a time jump for 9 years, and then they did season 2 and 3. So it might be 8 years, might be 7 years. I think it's 7 years because I think there was some time jumpy shenanigans going on because when they came back from the mirror universe, they went ahead in time, in their own time. They were missing for a while. So Cryptic Spider-Man, watch Foley's wife be next to preventing him from complimenting Hoshi. As Captain Foley said in Into Darkness reaction, what a twist. She wouldn't prevent me from complimenting anybody. She doesn't always agree with my taste, but yeah, she's right on board with that. So, Jeffrey Klein, Malcolm is my favorite character. Feed me Seymour. Getting, and are they on a 5-year missions? I don't know if they're doing 5-year missions at that point. I know that they kind of screwed things up with that with Pike, because apparently, I believe he did 2 5-year missions before Kirk, and I forget how many April did before Pike, but they put the Enterprise out of commission way far off exploring during the Klingon War, which really made no sense for Discovery. So, I mean, there's a lot of shit going on that just doesn't make any goddamn sense. Matt Boardman, just a reminder, please let Cap have a moment to answer the trivia questions before answering them in the chat. Thanks. Feed me Seymour, why are they called Jeffries tubes? They're called Jeffries tubes in honor of Matt Jeffries, who designed the ship. And they're just all access corridors, essentially, for behind the equipment and stuff. But they got the name Jeffries too because of Matt Jeffries. Feed me Seymour, every question he gets wrong he has to drink, only the ones that are super chatted, and the amounts are pinned to the top of the chat there so you can see. Turd Ferguson, I answered after you. Okay. Okay, but that's the moderator's job to notice that kind of thing. So Sci-Fi Nation, I didn't ban anyone, only put them in a safe space. The name of the dog was the dog. Libby Julius, $5. Which Kardashian was the first to be shown on screen? Go Massette. It's Mark Alamo. It's the same guy that plays Ducat, but I guess in beta canon in the novels they described him as his cousin or something. That's why they look so much alike. But that was his name. I'm gonna say Gul Massette. I don't think that's right, but Adam Juneman, Discovery went missing for 9 months. Yes. Scythe Commander, maybe a bit early to say this, but I hope they don't injure Pike at the end of Strange New Worlds. We all know what happens. Let's just let him end the show in his prime. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Darth Eddie's throwing out some dates there for Pike. So, Richard says, what doctor just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had a chance to interrupt? It was really quite hypnotic. Dr. Fassbender, I believe. The Darth Eddie, it might be in 2259 to 64 now. Martin Devon, why have I been blocked? I've given loads of cash in the past. Martin, you weren't blocked. You were just timed out because according to the rules at the top with the trivia, you can't answer until I've already given my answer. That's why. Olivia Julius Golmassette got that right. Feed Me Seymour, do you think April will appear in Strange New Worlds or will they follow canon with him? They'll be tempted to put him in, and I'm sure they will find a way to do so. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'm sure they will find a way to do it. So, yeah, this is Discovery crew we're talking about here. So, Sci-Fi Nation, he was first seen in TNG as a Cardi. Cryptic Spider-Man. And for my final theory, JJ I said would probably be made at the edge of the universe, or that is if JJ forgets the universe is constantly expanding. And Trek is usually in the Milky Way, but it's JJ. Yeah. JJ's kind of a moron, so. Phoebe Seymour, I think Strange New Worlds gets 7 seasons. Each season, one of the TOS crew joins, giving their origin for each. Let's not forget, and where no man has gone before, which is the second pilot, Sulu's in a different department. Dr. McCoy's not on board yet, and there's no... is there Scotty? I think Scotty might be there, actually, but... So, yeah, not everybody's quite where they're supposed to be. The Darth Eddie, Pike isn't injured until someone right before or just after the start of TOS Season 1, and the Akuta timeline has the Delta radiation accident happening sometime in 2266. Olivia Julius, $5. What disables the Enterprise, leaving Counselor Troy in command of the bridge? That is a quantum filament. I almost said cosmic string, but it wasn't a cosmic string. It's a quantum filament that hits the Enterprise in the episode Disaster. So, yes, quantum filament. Sci-Fi Nation, Sulu was in astrobiology. Turd Ferguson, I can totally accept last season of Star Trek this turd swan song. The Burn is a shit story. They had to take the show to the 31st century and give us a story from Andromeda. Where's Sorbo? Cryptic Spider-Man. I wonder if there is a USS Foley in Star Trek. Probably not. Mark says Scotty is there. Yes, but I think he's wearing yellow. Because I thought I was going to say that I didn't think he was there, and then I changed my mind. I'm like, yeah, I think he was there. Olivia says quantum filament, which is what I said, Olivia. The Darth Eddie Mendez, you haven't heard? There's been subspace chatter about it for months. That's for the Pike accident, yes. Sci-Fi Nation, Andromeda, Tuesdays. But this isn't my stream. Okay. Cryptic Spider-Man. And if there was, what could be the class called? And if there was, what would the class be called? For the Foley class? Or for the USS Foley? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know where to go with that. Sci-Fi Nation says, sorry, but Andromeda was a turd. As are you, turd. Ferguson. It's in your name. The fuck JJ class. Yes, the USS Foley. The fuck JJ class. Yeah. I'm going to have another drink. Just because. My buddy Dave gave me a 3D print of one of my favorite ships. Which I have here. That is the Andor class from FASA. I love this design. It's an Andorian built and designed basically torpedo boat. There's torpedo launchers in the sides here that this thing is warps in, unleashes a barrage of torpedoes, and then warps out. So this is a really cool design. I love the way this thing looks. This and the Northampton class, I really like those both from FASA. But yeah, I also have some other goodies to show you guys, but I'll do that in a video. Matt Boardman says, check my front door. So hold on, I'm gonna go check the front door, Matt. Curses to you. See this? I can't afford to have it get any bigger. I'll be right back. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. So, Mr. Matt Boardman, I didn't ask for this, by the way. From way out in California town, sends McDonald's to my front door. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Goddamn. You perked up the dog's interest. Holy shit, you made me give me a large. I'll never drink this. Thank you, Matt. Oh, let's see. Fries. Double cheeseburgers. Man, you know me too well. But now I'm gonna... I don't want to be rude and eat on air, but I kind of have to because I can't really heat these up later. Thank you, Matt. He doesn't know what's going on. He's whistling innocently. You really got the pug interested, though. The streamer class. Martin Devon, the first episode of Andromeda was awesome. The rest was a turd. Fritz says you're ever going to give the Fuck JJ class a TMP treatment. Yes. It is underway currently. Project TriStar. Mr. Captain 93, can you explain the differences between alternate timelines and the mirror universe? Mirror universe is a parallel dimension, parallel reality. An alternate timeline is just that. A pivotal or watershed moment in the timeline, something changed, and there was a divergent point. And I'm sorry I'm eating, but blame Matt Boardman. Planty. Celebration shot for being caught up on chat for so long. She just wants me to have a shot. All right. I was caught up for pretty good. I haven't had a shot yet tonight. Pug, you cannot eat a double cheeseburger. I will have a shot in a second, Planty. All right. Sci-Fi Nation, is that Salt Shaker? Is that the Salt Shaker from the 2009 movie? No, it is not. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but no. Richard says, if Picard refused to put his crew in jeopardy, then why was Geordi guest hosting the show? Lancy, never mind. He won't be caught up in chat because someone had sent him something. Yeah. And then evil laughter from Matt. Mark says, I'm surprised you haven't done an episode on the Niagara class. The thoughts crossed our mind. It's actually part of the Wolf 359 fleet, which we were considering doing a special or two on. I might do a live actually talking about all the Wolf 359 ships, but they're kind of all garbage, let's be honest. Cryptic Spider-Man. All right, who is starting the mutiny this time? Well, apparently you, because you're the one that brought it up. Uber Newman, quick, grab his stuff. Matt Boardman says it's cheer up food. Matt Boardman, sorry. The Darth Eddie, I'd love to see a TOS version era of an Oberth class science vessel if specs are out there. It probably makes no sense for how the crew get to the nacelles, but it'd be interesting to see one. Well, we've done an episode on the Oberth, and we talk about how they could actually so 2 double cheeseburgers, a large fry, and a large drink. Honestly, Matt, next time all I need is a medium drink and a medium fry. I probably won't even eat most of the fries. The dogs will get one. This is for Precious. And she loves it. Actually, sometimes, honestly, a large fry would be perfect, but I don't know. Thank you, Matt. God damn it. I have Coke, too. Well, don't worry. I'll get to the shot, Planty. I'll get to the shot. I just need to finish this last double cheeseburger. And I'm sure Olivia's mad at you, too, now, Matt, because I have food in my system, I'm not going to get as drunk as like I did last week. Oh, he thought he selected medium. Uh-huh. First time it came with a medium fry and a medium drink. Second time he sent me something that came with a large fry and a medium drink. And this time it came with a large fry and a large drink. So, feed me Seymour. Discovery Theory. Mushroom Drive. You have now 2 people who can navigate it, and Tilly looking into dark matter navigation. In season 4, what's stopping them from making more spore ships? Absolutely nothing. Olivia, I love Big Macs too. But they're usually messy and not made properly. Turd Ferguson, give me my Star Stalker class Connie secondary with Avenger. Sorry, Miranda class primary home. Sci-Fi Nation, I gotta run, cat. My daughter is texting. All right, good to see you, Sci-Fi. Hopefully everything is good. Martin, Devin, just eat it. Yum. I know, but it's rude. Eat in front of people. Cryptic Spider-Man. Friday night trivia, sponsored by McDonald's. When you want to eat and make the viewers hungry. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Matt, you take it out on Matt Boardman. Olivia Julius. Did you bring enough for everyone? I'm in Minnesota. It's another Matt Boardman question. The Noodle Channel. I'm stuck in another month of lockdown in Sydney now till August 28th. So over it already. Binging Voyager again. Yep. Lockdowns suck, man. Sci-Fi Nation says, live long and prosper, everyone. See you, sir. Have a good one. Reliant 1864. Give me the Miranda class and its variants. Love them. We've done some episodes on the Miranda and its variants. So check those out. I think it's a 3-part series. Give me some more. You can reheat the burger, which tends to taste the same, but the fries don't reheat as well. But I am talking UK McDonald's. I just hate reheating the burgers. Olivia, whoa. Minnesota hype. Trekyards Con will definitely have to be hosted here now. Yes. Was that a royale with cheese? That's a quarter pounder with cheese. I actually really love the quarter pounders, by the way. Martin Devon. If there is an alternate timeline, does the original timeline continue in parallel? Yes. Unless it's something devastating that ends the regular timeline. It's a thing. I don't know. Cryptic Spider-Man. Cheers to the fuck JJ class and the first starship with evenly spaced out orbicals, the USS Foley. JL Young, what is Portho's favorite treat? Cheese. Plenty. USA McDonald's is definitely the exact same. So we will have to hear about Canada version. Same as everywhere else. I know. Precious is here like sitting by the bag because she wants to get some food. Come on. Come on up. Come here. You can't have my french fries. Feed me Seymour. When Voyager came home, it was greeted by Federation ships. It looked like Enterprise D was there, escorting it to the end. Would Picard have been the captain at that point? Well, it wasn't the Enterprise D, it was just another Galaxy class. Matthew McKay. There shouldn't really be a difference between an alternate universe and an alternate timeline. But there is, because there's the multiverse, and then there's alternate timelines, which I guess would create alternate universes. I don't know how exactly that plays out. But they even talk about in Discovery how the mirror universe merged with ours, like very close, and then started pulling away again. So the further you get in the future, the further they are diverged apart, which means it's harder to make the journey. So, whereas timelines run parallel to each other, I don't know. I don't claim to know all that information, but Olivia Julius, $5. What was really in the bottle that Data described as green? Aldebaran whiskey. I want to say Aldebaran whiskey. Martin Devon. Oh my God, I knew that too. Turd Ferguson. Have you seen the STO 25th anniversary or 21st century update to the O-Berth? I actually like it. Yes, we have. Mark says, Sounds like Puggy is a fan. Oh, totally. Trek food eating ASMR. Matt Boardman. Oh man, I thought I selected medium. Cryptic Spider-Man. Damn, I'm actually getting hungry. Do you mind sending some fries over? I'm on the surface of the sun supervising the Enterprise J build, and shit got hot here, so the fries would be helpful. I'll even send you McFlurry. Speaking of, I'm going to have some of this Coke. This huge-ass large Coke. God damn. Oh, I have to have my shot for Planty. God damn it. So, plum brandy. Because I was caught up in the chat for quite a while, so she's right. I'm not going to have a full shot, but... All right. So I'm not eating the fries. It's a lot of calories. I'll give the fries to the dogs after I'm done here. Uber and Newman, nugs, double cheese, and large fry, breakfast of champions, LOL. I love getting a 6-pack of nuggets with barbecue and hot mustard sauce. And so 6-pack of McNuggets, barbecue and hot mustard, a double cheeseburger. I could give or take the fries. I mean, sometimes the fries are good. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit from McDonald's. So you're kind of gambling with the fries. But yeah. Site Commander, Star Trek, and McDonald's. I'm loving it. Uber Newman, LOL. Remember the Star Trek the motion picture McDonald's tie-in? Yes, they had some pretty cool stuff. I remember that. My brothers had it. I mean, I did too, but I remember the little McHappy Meal boxes with the starships on them, and like the Klingon ships and the Enterprise. I cut the Enterprise out, and it was on my wall because there was really not a lot of good merchandise back then. So I had the little Enterprise, and yeah, it was pretty cool. This Mech Trek brought to you by Mark says, I like the updated Miranda in the Lower Decks trailer. Yeah, it looks great. We saw one in season 1 as well, so. Feed me Seymour. So we talked about the lack of toilets as they could transport poop. But all I'm saying is food replicator McDonald's is constantly slim figure science. Well, that's the thing. The replicator gives you the amount of calories and whatever you need nutritional wise. So you could literally order a Big Mac combo and it would make it taste probably close, not exactly the same, but close enough, and give you the required daily intake for your body. Or you could just say, screw the safety protocols or the whatever recommendations, just give me what it would actually be calorie-wise. That's one of the things I really like to see about replicators. The movie people, I got no video, but I am on Linux. Turd Ferguson, McDonald's in the USA is allowed to use burgers made of connective tissue, aka pink slime. Most other countries ban more than 30% of the crap. US is 80%. Europe gets real burgers. Curtis is here. Hey, Curtis. Olivia Julius, Aldebaran whiskey. Also, I'm in Minnesota. I want a sweet tea and a Big Mac meal. And McFlurry and a Puggy to help me eat it all. So I got the Aldebaran. Did I say Aldebaran whiskey? I forget what I said. Olivia, let me know if I got it right. Scythe Commander, my beef with alternate timelines is that some species don't experience time as linear, so the Divergent would go both directions. End rant. It gives you a headache thinking about that shit, so don't. Richard puts in $10. Thank you so much. What is the Heisenberg compensator? What is the Heisenberg constant that the transporter compensates for? The Heisenberg principle is that the movement of molecules or atoms within the body, the Heisenberg compensator ensures that each of them return to this exact state that they... We talked about this in our goddamn transporter episode. It has something to do with the movement of molecules, or... I probably got that wrong enough that it was, Let me know, Richard, if I should take a drink for that. Jeffrey Klein, who do you think gave her the bottle? Oh, of Eldebrian whiskey? I don't know. Feed me Seymour. A mirror universe is different from an alternate timeline. Basically, the idea is a multiverse, and time travel creates timelines. Mirror runs alongside primary, so every timeline has a mirror. But then, like I said, in Discovery, they said it merged, and that's Discovery. So, Turd Ferguson. The reality of that statement is hysterical science. When you know, you know. Matthew McKay, I was meaning that alternate universes are our own but different, which means if you change certain things in a timeline of one, you get the other. That makes them alternate timelines. Disco messed up. No. Disco messed up? No, can't be. Martin Devon, does anyone else find the end of the DS9 episode duet disappointing? It's not the butcher of Galatep, but a filing clerk. I don't know why everybody's so hot to trot for duet. It's not the best episode of DS9. It's a fine episode. It's definitely in the upper echelons, but it's not one of the best episodes in my opinion. Feed me Seymour. So to look at it this way, Prime Universe and Mirror Universe run alongside itself, but if you change the past, creating an alternate timeline, a new Prime and Mirror Universe is created. Curtis Simpkins. I used to work at McDonald's years ago, and I'm happy I am no longer there now, Captain. Hey, my first job was at McDonald's. I worked there for 4 months. Then I got a better job at the Stratford Public Library. But yeah, my first job was McDonald's. So, Martin Devon, you got it right. Libby Julius says, kinda, but drink anyways. Well, if I kind of got it right, I'm not going to... I'll still have a little bit of a drink. Because I still haven't heard back from Richard about whether I got his right enough. John Woke, $10. How many kids does Picard have in his Nexus fantasy from Generations? Also, when did they add tax to Super Chats? They added a bunch of tax bullshit earlier this year. And how many kids? I hate the Nexus. Oh, the Nexus fantasy. Okay, that's not the Inner Light one. Okay, so he's got 1, 2, 3. I want to say 4 or 5, but I'm not sure. So I will take a big swig for that one because I don't know. Pretty sure it's 4 or 5. Frank Mar 87 puts in a $20 super chat with no comment. Well, it should be a trivia question, so I can get it wrong and drink, but I will just take half a shot for that, just because that was very generous. Half a shot. And I don't want to hear any... That's not a real shot glass size. Because it's a real shot glass. I do have different shot glasses downstairs, but that's the one I like to use, so... Adam Burr says molecules in our body. So that's what I said, molecules. You must be afraid to throw 20 for no comment. Ray Rivera. Hello, Captain in chat. Watching DS9 Chimera right now. Enjoy. Turd Ferguson, what are your thoughts on Axanar? Isn't it just a money grab at this point? And isn't it giving indie Trek Productions a bad name? I don't know the details of what's going on with it. I don't want to get into it. I really just don't give a shit. So, I mean, they've given us Interlude and Prelude. Prelude was good. Interlude was pretty good. I think it's called Interlude. I don't fucking know. There's also some comics. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But I get sick of all the BS with that kind of stuff. Philip Cumby. Hey, Captain, stopping by after work. Hey, Philip, good to see you after work. Cryptic Spider-Man. If JJ had made the temporal anomaly accurate, what would have actually changed in the Kelvin timeline? Anything from the instance that they showed up. But the Kelvin was already non-era appropriate for our prime universe. Just sizing and concrete walls in the engineering room with water dripping down. Like, for fuck's sake. So there's already fucked. The timeline they went to was already fucked before they arrived with the when Nero arrived. So it's fucked if I know. Plus the Kelvin's also a huge ship. If you notice at the end after they launch the shuttles, there's like 26 shuttles you can count on screen. There's no way that 26 shuttles would fit in a goddamn ship that's that era. The Enterprise can barely hold the shuttles it's supposed to have. It's supposed to have like I think 4 Class Fs, and according to the shuttle bay, it just wouldn't happen, even if they have the docking underneath, which they say they do, which they can make work in some schematics, but anyway, so the Kelvin timeline was already fucked by the time Nero arrived, so. Feed me Seymour. All I'm saying is if you travel to the future and Deep Space Nine doesn't have McDonald's, I will create an Omega particle. John Woke. 5 kids in the Nexus. Okay, so I said 4 or 5. Wasn't quite sure, but okay. Jeffrey Klein, 4 and a nephew, I think. That makes sense. The movie people, I can now see you. I have VLC player to do it. It was strangely easy to do, LOL. I've seen many months. It's been many months. I'm glad you can see me now. And VLC player is awesome. Smart Smears. You were recently celebrating getting to 60K after forever, and you're already at 60.1K. The new Trek episodes bump is real. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I mean, new Trek stuff will really bump us up quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, I did miss that photo, and I'm loving it, just like my McDonald's. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Thank you for messaging. All right. Adam Vera, where can I get a shirt like that? Guso, I think it's called GOSO. It's a company that makes these. This is the Top Gun one. It's got Captain Foley on the back. Yeah. Captain Foley. I got a bunch of them. I got some Stargate ones and some other ones, so. Richard, the Heisenberg constant is that we cannot measure the position and the momentum of a subatomic particle with absolute precision, as they are a constant chaotic movement. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something about the movement of particles or molecules, so. Frank, yes, but do you like to support what I like? Oh, you're talking to Cryptic, okay. Olivia Julius, $5. How did the away crew turn into during the episode Rascals? How old did they turn into? So, Guinan, Picard, Ensign Rowe. I think that's it. And they turned to 9-year-olds? I believe 9 years old, something like that. Martin Devon, what is that awesome model under the X-Wing? The Falcon? I don't know if that's what you mean. Eagle Rider is here. Hi, Captain. Hey, Eagle Rider. Hope your nose is better. Hope you're doing well. Feed Me Seymour should be called the Nero universe, not Kelvin, when you think about it. Yeah. Hold on just one second, guys. All right, there we go. Distraction over? The Darth Eddy. I did like the Kelvin turbo lift shafts. A turbo shaft that had the TOS pilot-esque Turbo 7 sign. Okay. Turd Ferguson Trekyards. How come Picard didn't space himself in Rascals? He hates kids. He should have stuck to his principles. Damn it. Good question. Cryptic Spider-Man. All right, I have now been reassigned to work on the Kelvin Voyager, which will be built in space and will not be able to enter the atmosphere. Smart smears. Do you have any fears that if the Strange New Worlds Enterprise is different enough, the Lower Decks artists will nudge or force it into those different designs instead of the TOS ones? No, I have no fears about that. The Lower Decks guys are doing their own properly canonized shit. TOS ships that you see, even if it's just wreckage, looks like TOS ships. They're not going to follow the Discovery aesthetic. That's not a thing. Their aesthetics for Lower Decks are spot on for TNG and TOS, so I'm not concerned about that at all. No. Feed me Seymour, Captain. We are being hailed by the USS McDonald's. They say you placed a delivery. Renee Stewart, greetings. Cryptic Spider-Man Foley. If you were directing Star Trek 09, what would be the only changes you would make to the timeline after the Kelvin disaster? The Kirk's father thing was great, but that wouldn't affect everything as it did. Like they even said that I don't know where they said this, I forget where I heard this, but the ships are so much bigger later because they recognized this threat because there was Borg tech aboard the Nero ship. And then the cut scene where 25 years Nero was in a Klingon prison and his ship was floating. That's fucking stupid. Anyway, so yeah, it would be Kirk's father for sure. Other than that, hardly anything. Like, let's be fair. There wouldn't be much. So that's something that me and Santa would have to sit down and talk about because we could come up with some changes that would definitely occur as a result of that. But nothing major. Nothing major. Olivia Jolie's $5. They became 12-year-olds. Who was the fourth crew member to be turned into a kid? All right, so we got Picard, Rowe, Guinan. Are you talking about in that episode? Or who else was turned into a kid? I don't know, Olivia. But I took a drink because I said there were 9. Curtis, oh Captain, do you see the Transformers Optimus Prime pre-converting programmable robot collector's edition? Yes, I wanted to get one, but and also Transformers Kingdom just started on Netflix last night. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was really fucking tired, so I had to go to bed. But oh my god, Autobots and the Maximals together, oh, it's amazing. John Woke, $10. There's a TOS episode with 0 female speaking parts or appearances. Which episode is it? It's one of the better ones. No offense intended. With no appearances or speaking parts. No female. One of the better ones. I would need more of a hint. I want to say the Doomsday Machine or Balance of Terror for some reason, but I don't think it's either one of those. I know it's not the Enterprise incident for sure. Although not a lot of people like the Enterprise incident for some reason, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let me know, John. Turd Ferguson, Trekyards, Lower Decks is the only real Trek right now. He says in the episode. So Picard, Rowe, Guinan. Oh, Keiko. Because there's a really weird scene and tension between Miles and Keiko. Because I'm still your wife. Miles is like, God damn, you're like 12. See, I said 12. Yeah, I think it's Keiko. Yeah, it's Keiko. Okay, you're right. There is 4. Oh. Feed me Seymour. USS Wonka. The captain is played by Gene Wilder. Runs on liquid chocolate. Has a glass turbo lift with many buttons. And when they go to warp, it all goes crazy with Gene Wilder screaming at everyone. Like ludicrous speed. Keiko was the first. You put the answer down there. Okay. So thank you, Olivia. Turd Ferguson, Trekyards. There was a book. I think it was Enterprise, where young James T. Kirk and father are on board the Enterprise for her shakedown with Captain April, and Romulan spies try to sabotage. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I personally haven't read that one. I think my brother has, and he told me about it. But yeah, the movie people. My wife asks, was the wormhole only stable because of deities hiding inside it? Well, they weren't hiding, and they weren't deities. They were omnipotent, non-corporeal, non-temporal beings. But could be that's why it was a stable. Yes, because it is called the Celestial Temple. It's where they live. It's like their realm. So I would assume yes, that's why. Turd Ferguson. That would be a good story to do. John Woke. It was Devil in the Dark. Maybe my definition of the better ones. Yeah, Devil in the Dark is definitely one of the better ones for sure. I just didn't know there was no women in it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I also don't think that there's any scenes aboard the Enterprise in that one, is there? I don't think so. Broken Speaker. Arg, I turn 41 tomorrow. I'm only going to watch Wrath of Khan to help me feel young, as when the world was new. Ha ha ha. Now, where is my Carol Marcus? Is it Alice Eve? Because Alice Eve was like the best part of Into Darkness. Curtis says, I need to buy my Lower Decks on Blu-ray. Yeah, I got the Steelbook edition. I haven't watched. I should rewatch it before we start watching it again on the 12th, actually. Cryptic Spider-Man. Wait, if an enemy from the future came to the TOS era, would Starfleet really beef up their ships to be twice the size? Probably not. That just sounds stupid. Renee says they live there. Yes. Feed me Seymour. If William Shatner returned to Trek in one of the recent shows, Discovery to Prodigy, what show would be best to fit, and what would be his cameo? Good question. I mean, you could really fit him into anything because it's sci-fi and it's Star Trek and it's Kirk, and you can make it work. But I think Lower Decks would be the best scenario, and it would be a holodeck program or something. And he's like the old Star Trek animated series style, because we already saw that when they were talking about those TOS guys, those old scientists. So that would be interesting. Yeah, some kind of holodeck program, or much like what the fuck is the episode with Abraham Lincoln, where he thinks he's actually Abraham Lincoln, like they pulled Kirk out for some kind of scenario for the, like that'd be interesting. I think that's something that could work well in Lower Decks. But yeah, I would want Shatter to be a bad guy. John Woke. I just bought a sign print of Captain Spock from the Wrath of Khan. Just reset my office to get out of the work funk, so I get it. Yeah, I've been in a bit of a funk myself, so I feel you. Martin Devon, she's the Admiral, dude. Who's the Admiral? What are you talking about, Martin? Not a band account, $5. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? I do not understand the question, Mother. The computer, you're half human. The computer knows that. Anyway, yeah. Feed Me Seymour. Picard Series 3, it should be Season 3, could have Kirk in it. Then explains it was Q pretending to be Kirk, talking about the Nexus event they teamed up on. Yeah, I thought about that too, and I was thinking about, but if you have an old Picard, that might work. I mean, sure. Wait, if the black hole puts Prime Spock from Nero from TNG into TOS era, then when the Narada was destroyed at the end and sent into the wormhole, the black hole, would have arrived at the Enterprise era? No, that's not how black holes work. Could have ended up anywhere, actually. Turd Ferguson, Shatner and Prodigy as an ECH hitting on Janeway. Richard, what is the name of the aliens that turned Lieutenant Barclay into a super genius? Oh, in the Nth Degree. I can picture them. We just reviewed that one not that long ago. I can't remember. I give up. I'm going to kick myself when I hear it too, because it's on the tip of my tongue, but... Broken Speaker, yes, Alice Eve. However, the woman who was the original Dr. Marcus was not too bad for the time. Yeah, she's alright. The movie people, what the heck is going on with Chris Pine, Star Trek 4? Don't know, don't care. I'll believe it when they've actually made some goddamn progress. Admiral Janeway, okay. Smart Smears, with how things expanded into Kelvin TOS, just imagine how massive and futuristic the Kelvin 31st century would be when Kelvin Discovery jumps to it. Fuck. That gives me a headache just thinking about it. Feed Me Seymour, Mirror Universe Kirk could still be alive. Smart Smears, actually the Kelvin burn would have exploded twice as hard and wide. The Kelvin 31st century would be rubble. Cryptic Spider-Man, I think shit changed so much in the Kelvin timeline, I don't even think there is a Discovery in Kelvinverse. How old is the average lifespan of a human in Trek worlds? I would say 100 and average, probably 150. See, we've talked about this many times too. 150 might be too much. At least 120. I would say 120. Feed Me Seymour, how old is the average lifespan of a human in Trek? Oh, what? I just read that one. God damn it. The Cytherians, thank you. Yeah, the Cytherians, yes. Broken Speaker, I suspect Q would have actually liked older, more chill Captain Kirk. I think so too, actually. Olivia Julius, $5. What company did I just quit from? Oh, that's a good question. A something S? ALS? I don't remember. I'll take a goddamn drink. But curses to you. Turd Ferguson, I hope Pine never returns. Let the Kelvinverse die. instead of the zombie shit franchise that it is right now. Cryptic Spider-Man, which, by the way, I heard the Kelvin Discovery was built in a space kitchen. Hashtag facts. Jeffrey Klein, 120 and in perfect health. General Grievous, Dr. McCoy was 130-ish. If I recall correctly, in the first episode, 134, 137, I can't remember. Orion, 14, McCoy was 137 in Encounter at Farpoint. Uber Newman, I don't see no points on them ears, boy, but you sound like a Vulcan. Libby Julius, ATS. You quit from a telephone company. Okay, well, I got close enough with the A and the S. Give me a goddamn break. Also dyslexic, so a T and an L, upside down T, kind of looks like an L. So, bite me. I know, Puggins, you want another French fry? Oh, come here. Come on. Who wants to see the puggy have a French fry? Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Precious, your friend, Matt Boardman, sent you some McDonald's. You want some McDonald's? I knew that would cheer up Olivia. Do you want this one? Do you want this one? Oh. You look so silly. Yeah, look. Your fans, they love you. But now we gotta give Dot some French fries when we're done here. I don't think Matt's watching anymore, but Matt, the pug, says thank you. He's gonna make you fat. She's like, wow, this is weird up here. Everything looks so different. Kisses? Hey, Puggins. Puggins, have kisses? No, I just want to give you kisses. Feed Me Seymour. If JJ was to make a fourth movie, I'd get rid of the TOS crew and have it set on Enterprise C crew to fill the missing years. It does, however, mean it's the Kelvin missing years, though. Area 51. Well, given the potential of life extension tech I've seen, people by Star Trek's time should have way, way longer lifespans. Yeah. General Grievous. Any sci-fi IP that's grabbed your attention lately outside of the Star Trek universe? Well, I watched He-Man Revelations. Like I said, I'm watching Transformers Kingdom right now, which is fucking great. It's fucking great. That's the other sci-fi franchises. I've got the complete series finally of Gatchaman, so G-Force, but the original Japanese storylines. So not Battle of the Planets version, which is the Americanized version with Seven's Arc 7 and all the violence cut out. So I've been watching those. I've watched 6 discs. This is just there's 4 cases, and each one has like 7 discs in it. So I'm like 6. Just finished the 6th disc in case 1. 6 episodes per disc, and goddamn, a lot of people die in Gatchaman, I gotta say, but I love it, and I don't remember a lot of these stories because I never saw them. Because Battle of Planets butchered everything and chopped it up so much that it. Anyway, so that's grabbed my interest lately. Anything else? Not really. I need to watch the Grand Tour Lockdown, where they go to Scotland. And they have American muscle cars. Like there's a 69 or a 67 Camaro. I can't tell which from the trailer, but so yeah, I gotta watch that. But it's not sci-fi, so. Cryptic Spider-Man. The JJ ships are so big. I hear they have to use portable transport beaming devices. Curtis says the pug loves her fries. Yes. Smart Smears. I'm finally seeing the famous Puggy. Yeah, she's been on here a few times. She's kind of shy and lazy, so. Olivia Jolie is $5. French fries for the Puggy. Oh. Olivia paid $5, Puggins. Here's another French fry. Don't know if you can hear her eating it. Was that good? That's because Olivia gave you a treat. Yeah. Feed me, Seymour. I don't know why, but your pug eating French fries reminds me of a French man in an existential crisis. Okay. Turd Ferguson. Now we need to see Captain Foley's gagging on a dog fart. Oh. Ugh. Renee Stewart. He reminds me of Grogu. Well, he's a she. She's a good girl. But yes. The Holy Pug has arrived. Feed me, Seymour. Did not like Herman's series, but only 5 episodes. But I'm not impressed. Oh, the He-Man series. You can't judge it yet, though. It's only 5 episodes. We're at the goddamn Empire Strikes Back ending of the full story. So you gotta wait till you see the other 5. I really fucking thought it was great. I'm gonna do a live on the Captain Foley personal channel sometime soon. Because I think everybody that complained about it are a bunch of fucking whiners. It was fucking great. The first episode was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing everybody on point as to how they should be. Then yeah, it got a little bit weird, and not the best, but there's a lot of great stuff sprinkled throughout. So I like it. I like where it's going, and I like the way it's kind of been tackled. So we'll get into that when we talk live on the Captain Foley personal channel. So. Broken Speaker. I just watched Grand Tour. It was okay. I don't know. I will watch anything those guys do, but this one just did not feel that great. Well, that's fucking just. Thank you for. That's awesome. Now I have something to not look forward to. Turd Ferguson. Pugs and table food equals weapons of mass destruction. Richard says, who is the Klingon? I don't know. Broken Speaker. I actually did not mind He-Man. I have many thoughts. Well, Broken Speaker, make sure that you subscribe to the Captain Foley personal channel. And when I do the live talking about that, please join me, because I have a lot of thoughts as well. Yeah. Renee says, oh, sorry, Puggy Girl. No, that's cool. It's cool. You don't have to be sorry. But I'm going to have more of this Coke. Because... Pears, CKC. I have no idea what I'm watching, but I'm here for it. Welcome. We're just hanging out, chatting, doing some trivia. Get to ask me questions, see if you can stump me on some kind of pop culture trivia. So, having a fun time, just hanging out, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's how we do this Friday night thing. Cryptic Spider-Man. If there was a Kelvin movie about the Enterprise C, it would probably end with Romulan suicide bombers gets ejected from their access port and maneuvering their way to the ship to blow up JJ style. Broken Speaker, $3. Oh, and money. Thank you. I'll take that money. Thank you so much. Oh, I mean, the likes. 64 people watching with 50 likes, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I would love to get 75 likes, so hit that like button. Joke was the adjutant to the diplomatic delegation. I wanted to say that. I fucking wanted to say that because that's who I was picturing on screen, because we just reviewed that fucking episode, and I wanted to say that. I didn't know how to word it because I never would have remembered that title, but that's what I wanted to say, so that's funny. I didn't think it began with a B, though. I remember seeing the subtitles, and I don't remember beginning with a B. But Fuck, that's funny that's what I thought. Ugh. Richard. I should have just said what was on my mind. I do that all the time. Feed me Seymour. I have faith in Kevin Smith with He-Man, but my annoyance with it is really only about how they didn't follow the lore from the original series, but went based off of scrap concept art from the toy line. Okay, I can see your upsetness there. Smart smears. Some people need to make hating certain shows for certain reasons their whole personality, and it's really messing up normal media criticism. Yeah, I know. Everybody's talking about it's so woke now. There's a girl. Like, fuck off. I'm watching Stargate Atlantis. We had Dr. Weir. Then we had Samantha Carter. You got Taylor. I mean, there's always been strong women. Anyway, whatever. I'll shut up now. Broken Speaker. I also watched Invincible on Amazon Prime. Not bad. The extra woke stuff did not bother me because the subject material was clearly written that way, so no problem with it. Looking forward to more. Cryptic Spider-Man. Wait, guys, what if the entire Kelvin timeline was just a story Kirk made up during the campfire from the Final Frontier? Dun, dun, dun. Feed me Seymour. For example, original He-Man and Skeletor came with swords, but they had half swords which connected together. The story was scrapped, but Kevin Smith has used this as a plot in He-Man. Yeah, but I mean, that was always the thing with the Sword of Power. In the original comics, like the comics that came with the toys, that's the thing. They both had a half of the Sword of Power. Combined, whoever combined the two would become Master of the Universe, if I remember correctly. So, was it abandoned or was it an ongoing thing in the original? I can't remember, actually. But I mean... Curtis, we also have Xena, Wonder Woman, and so on. LOL. Curtis, you horn dog. I know. Linda Carter. Oh. Linda Carter and Lucy Lawless. Porter Hobson says, "Can I play?" I don't know. Can you? And Paris CKC, did most of Star Trek have the same costume and makeup artist? I want to pour over their work. If I wasn't old, I would do that stuff. Yes, most of them are done by Michael Westmore, and Robert Blackman did the costuming. Robert Blackman did costuming for most of Trek, and Michael Westmore did the prosthetics and makeup for most of Trek. We've had Michael Westmore on a show. I've talked to Michael Westmore quite a few times. Good guy. I don't want to call him a friend of mine, but he's definitely an acquaintance of mine. So we've done a few episodes with him actually on our show on Trekyards. So if you haven't looked those up, just look up Trekyards, Michael Westmore. You'll pull up all the episodes that we talked to him about Klingon makeup and Andorian makeup and Tellarite makeup. Some really interesting stuff and little nuggets of information there. Plus, he's really good friends with Doug Drexler, and I do consider myself and call myself a friend of Doug Drexler. He is a friend of mine, and he sees me as a friend as well. We talk pretty regularly, so that's awesome. Same with Rick Sternbach. And John Eves, actually. So... Feed me Seymour. Ripley from Aliens got a great female lead in this. What? A female lead in a... No. Right? The best fucking characters are characters that are written as characters, not, this is a female hero. We're going to write her like a female hero. No, just write her as a fucking hero. That's the character. It doesn't have to... It could be a man or a woman. Those are the best characters. Don't define them by their fucking gender. Like, get a fucking headache. Oh yes, Janeway 2. Yes. Feed me Seymour. Gina Davis was a female pirate captain once in a film. Turd Ferguson, I know I have said this already. Linda Carter and Catherine Bach, my two fantasy lays of puberty. Memories, misty water colored memories of the way we were. Smart Smears, question. You're able to remove your least favorite Trek show from canon, but you have to also remove your third favorite show. Is it worth it? No, it's not. I would never remove any Star Trek. I like all Star Trek, even JJ, even Discovery, even Picard. I like all Star Trek. I get excited when a new Discovery episode's coming on. I get excited when there's a new Picard episode coming on. Am I likely to be disappointed? Probably. But I still get fucking excited. It's Star Trek. I've said that all along, the whole time we've done Trekyards. It's Star Trek. Watch it. Love it. Hate it. Do whatever you want to do with it. At least watch it once so you know what to base your opinion on. And I will buy them all. I will own them all. I know it's giving CVS the money, and don't give CVS the money because they'll think that they're doing a good job. Duh. Fucking hate that mentality. Just, I love Star Trek. I'll buy anything Star Trek. So, oh my God, Cutthroat Island. I think that was the world's record as the most money lost on a movie. Yeah, that's lazy writing. Jonathan, I normally run a Friday night online D&D game, so normally I miss this hangout. Glad I could make it tonight. Well, I'm glad you could be here as well, Jonathan. I usually do D&D every second Saturday, so it wouldn't be this Saturday coming up tomorrow. It would be the one after. But yeah, that's why I don't do anything live Saturday nights. And if I do, it'll be much later because I do D&D also. I don't host the game. I'm not a DM, but... Porter says, can I play in this? Sure, whatever. Donnie Pearson, I have seen a commercial for Cutthroat Island, the one with Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture. Cryptic Spider-Man, so if the JJ ships have windows, do the JJ cars have view screens? Just an observation. Wow. Well, we saw the car in the JJ verse, the Corvette that Kirk steals from his stepdad, and it had a fucking window too. So, but it was a classic car, so I guess that might be an exception. Renee, same here. For the Star Trek, Love Star Trek, I think. Feed me Seymour. Ripley, get away from her, you bitch. Apologizes for the swear, but best line in sci-fi franchise. Broken Speaker, Linda Carter. Now that was the first woman that made Little Broken Speaker notice women were interesting. Oh, that's funny. Paris, CKC, even Enterprise? No, same here. Yeah, I mean, Enterprise is, in hindsight, it's fucking great compared to Discovery. I have an interesting relationship with Enterprise. I really wanted to like it, but shoehorning in another Enterprise was stupid. And then the little canon mistakes and shit. It's just like, And then season 3 totally lost me with the fucking Xindi. It's like, this is fucking stupid. But now going back and rewatching it, season 3 is fantastically written, and it's a great series overall. But it did kind of lose me for a while. DS9 lost me for a long time. I always caught the worst episodes of DS9, so I never wanted to watch anything else. And then my wife Sylvia made me watch DS9. She's like, I really like DS9. You gotta watch it with me. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch it all. It's Star Trek, after all. So watch it, and DS9 is like my favorite series now. So yeah, great Arnie impersonation. I wasn't trying to impersonate Arnie, but okay. Donnie Pearson, I'm ready for more Star Trek fun in August and beyond on Paramount Plus. From new seasons of current shows to debuts of Prodigy and Stranger Worlds to the new 4K Director's Edition of the motion picture. Broken Speaker, I have only played D&D, Advanced D&D twice. My friends and I were into Battletech and Shadowrun more. Jonathan, Sarah Connor from Terminator 2 was a strong woman and an excellent character. Terminator Dark Fate, she became like a stereotypical old crazy cat lady. I think Hollywood is just getting lazy. Amen, brother. I totally support that whole statement. General Grievous, one thing I would improve on new Star Trek, please tell the executive producers that deflectors are there to keep your ship from having chunks of crap hit it during dropping out of warp for dynamic effect. Yep. Richard, what treaty was the USS Pegasus in violation of because of its cloak? The Treaty of Algeron. Smart Smears, I have watched Enterprise, but I always thought making the first show in the timeline have a huge time arc was a terrible idea. I guess we'll judge it when I see it. Okay, see, Enterprise, like I said, pissed me off for a while, but the whole temporal Cold War and future guy, I'm like, they have the opportunity here to say, okay, we're fixing this mistake. This is going to play into the storyline. It never did, and that annoyed me immensely. Curtis Simpkins, I do like Voyager, but they have a few bad episodes and a few good ones, like all Trek, but I'm like you, Captain, I love all Trek. Feed Me Seymour, I think Star Trek could make a great D&D game scenario, with Q taking the role as the game master. Okay, we went to the village, rolls dice. Okay, I start skating. The worst thing is when you hear, everyone, roll for initiative. It's like, fuck. Or, my character's name is Night Stalker. Night Stalker, roll perception for me. It's like, And that one, woohoo! Paris CKC, I mostly just hated the weird emotional Vulcans and weird inaccurate Klingons in Enterprise. If you think that the Klingons in Enterprise are inaccurate, look at Discovery, for fuck's sakes. I don't think the Klingons were very inaccurate in Enterprise. The Vulcan thing annoyed the fuck out of me, though. How much just complete assholes the Vulcans were in Enterprise annoyed me, because that's not how Vulcans are. I know it kind of gets explained, but they did a piss poor job explaining it and making it make sense. Oh. I'm gonna kill Matt. Those cheeseburgers just are not sitting well. Curtis says, here be good video game about how a role-playing game of Star Trek, or do they already have that, Captain? Good video game about a role-playing game of Star Trek. I mean, they do have Star Trek role-play games. I don't know specifically what you're asking, Curtis, but... Broken Speaker. Oh, not that it matters to anyone here, but the only hobby store in our area is going to reopen. I am so excited. Hobby stores are always fun to look at. Paris says, oh yeah, I keep thinking Discovery will explain the weird Klingons. Yeah, us too. Many times we came up with ways that these could make sense. Here's how. And we laid it out. Multiple scenarios about how those Klingons could make sense. Discovery people, if you're listening, pay fucking attention. Pick up a fucking pen. Write this shit down. But they just don't, so. Jonathan, T'Pol was unnecessarily emotional in Enterprise. I would have been better if she were a Romulan. I totally agree. It would be interesting if halfway through the series they found out that she was half Romulan, and that's why she was so emotional. That'd be great. Curtis Simpkins, it's kind of like Mass Effect, but in the Star Trek version. Actually, they couldn't do that with T'Pol because they didn't know what Romulans looked like until Balance of Terror. And everybody's like, well, the Romulan War. Yeah, but the Romulan War initially was old atomic-powered ships like the Daedalus class, and on the Romulan side were big, bulky ships. And it was before ship-to-ship visual communication. So all communication was done via subspace and by long-range subspace radio. That's how the original Romulan War went down. That's why in Balance of Terror, when they see what a Romulan looks like finally, they're like, oh, and they look at Spock. Oh my God, he looks like a Vulcan. Don't fuck with the canon, guys. Broken speaker. Damn it, now I have Jolene Bullock on my mind. She's going to be there for a week. As long as she's living there rent-free, man. General Grievous. The Klingons on Star Trek Discovery make me think that they are extras from Davy Jones' crew on Pirates of the Caribbean that got lost. The Barnacle brothers. Feed me Seymour. My D&D character in Astaroth, the follower. He's a druid. I wrote way too much background on the character, but he joined a cult for the free Kool-Aid. Nice. Paris says, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that makes feminists and shit not watch Star Trek. Okay. Broken speaker. Well, we could have known she was a Romulan, but nobody in the show would. That actually would have been a great story. Yeah, actually, when you put it like that, there's definitely ways you could do it. Cryptic Spider-Man. Wonder how the JJ Excelsior would look like. Instead of having windows, it has big empty gap in front of the crew, unprotected by some force field. Turd Ferguson, how come no one mentioned the Romulan commander was Spock's dad? That's funny. Richard, how many phaser banks are there total on the Enterprise D? Well, there's no phaser banks, but there's phaser strips, or phaser rings. So, let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I have an Enterprise D around here? Probably not. No. I want to say 8. But it could possibly be it's either 8 or 12. Got the main phaser ring around the top. You've got a phaser ring on the back of the saucer section above each impulse engine, I believe. A little short little one. You got the one on the bottom. You got the one on the Cobra head once that separates saucer separation. You got the one on the bottom on the belly, 361. You got one on each strut or pylon. And then I believe they might have 2 on the back of the ship where the struts meet. One on each side, on top and bottom, which would be 12, I believe. J.L. Young, my D&D character's name is Lodrin, and he's an excommunicated drow. Broken speaker, linear phaser emitters. General Grievous, I think there was one on each warp nacelle. The movie people, my wife says, why do we always wear pajamas in space? Is it because it's always nighttime? Well, I hate the fact that people refer to them as pajamas, and I really hate the fact that Marina Sirtis calls them their space suits. It really pisses me off, but whatever. But that's funny, what your wife said. Cryptic Spider-Man, what is your opinion on the blue nacelles in the Kelvin verse? They can go suck my big hairy left nut. Fucking hate that they're blue. It looks fucking stupid. And they were supposed to be red or orange or whatever. They were supposed to be the right color right up until the movie was almost released, and JJ's like, I don't want them confusing my ship with all the other ships that came before. Make them blue. Same reason the ship is so fucking big. I want the ship to be twice that size. Well, we've already designed it to be. I don't care. I want it to be twice that size. But the windows and stuff don't match up to scale it up like that. We don't have the time. It doesn't matter. No one will notice. Just double the size of the ship. I want it bigger. JJ, take your mystery box, go cut a little fucking hole in it, go stand in a corner and fuck it, because you're fucking useless. I fucking hate that man. That being said, he's like a fucking saint compared to Alex Kurtzman. Alex Kurtzman has the most punchable face of anybody I've ever seen. JJ's got also a very punchable face, but if I had the choice, and they're both standing in front of me, Kurtzman would get a fist to the face. Just saying. Olivia Julia's $2 French fries for the Dottie. Oh, well, Dot's not in here. I'll have to give her one later. She's in one of 4 places. She's either downstairs with Sylvia, on the couch, or she's on the couch in the living room, or on the stairs waiting for me, or in Christian's room. So I'll have to give her one later. Curtis says, how about this for a new Trek series? Just all-woman cast. Well, there was an all-women episode of Star Trek the Animated Series, the Lolori Signal, the something signal, where the men were all affected by the signal, so the women had to take over and take command and kick ass, and it was great. So, Feed Me Seymour, JJ Star Trek 4, Attack of the Lens Flare. Crew are now all blind due to lens flares and flying to the sun. Short movie lasts 10 minutes, but satisfying ending. Turd Ferguson, wouldn't have been much more dramatic in Balance of Terror. View screen comes on. Spock. Dad, what the fuck? He's embarrassing me. JJ has blue nacelles. Whoa, hairy. That's actually not hairy. I just say that as to make it more descriptive, because I do shave my balls, so. Broken speaker, so does Kurtzman. General Grievous. Methinks JJ is overcompensating, making everything big. Star Trek and Star Wars are so big. Pair, I wouldn't want to watch any gender cast, to be honest. Feed Me Seymour, is there any difference between JJ's Enterprise and JJ's Enterprise A? I felt it was the same. Lazy. A lot of difference. The engines, the nacelles were scaled down circumference-wise. They were actually spaced far enough apart so they looked correct. Other than that, there were a few subtle differences. But yes, the big thing was the engines, the nacelles, just being sized appropriately and spaced appropriately as well. They just built the ship again and painted it. No, it's actually different. It's quite different. Area 51, Burger King fries are superior to McDonald's fries there. Okay. Donnie Pearson, speaking of Cutthroat Island, I have seen bits of that movie itself when it aired on TV, probably on the USA Network and or Sci-Fi. Chad Anderson, the JJ's Enterprise is the size of a city. The JJ Enterprise is the size of the Enterprise D. It's the same length as the Enterprise D, which is fucking bullshit. If you're doing a scale chart, okay, you got the Enterprise D. The original Enterprise from TOS is the length of one of the Enterprise D's nacelles. Then you got the Enterprise D. Then you got JJ's Enterprise, which is the size of the Enterprise D. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. That makes no fucking sense. Cryptic Spider-Man, what if the windows in JJ Prize were actually view screens? Except in Beyond, you actually pan past one of the windows and see people running in the corridor. That's funny, though. That's funny. Puggins? Another French fry? Oh, yeah, she does. French fry monster. Feed Me Seymour. Something I'd like to know is, does Vulcan have last names? How do they identify Garrick and Spock from the same family? As father and son, Vulcans don't have surnames. That's fine, but Spock's mother was human, so wouldn't Spock on Earth have his mother's maiden last name? Which was Grayson. But maybe? It's an illusion. It's a transparent view screen. Jonathan, I hope they stop using the mystery box in Discovery. When everyone and their dog comes up with better reasons for the burn, then it feels like getting an Xmas present and finding out you got socks. I would Broken Speaker says, I would have liked to see a Star Trek episode written by Douglas Adams. Spock Grayson. General Grievous, love or hate Voyager? When I hear people talking recently about finally having a female lead as a captain in Star Trek Discovery, I facepalm when I see how ignorant some people are. That was done a long time ago. I hear you. I feel you. I understand. I feel you. I feel you, my friend. Let's see. We're coming up on the 2 hour mark here. I'm actually getting a headache and some gut rot from those cheeseburgers. So I'm probably going to call it soon. So any last trivia questions anybody might have, let me know. We will take care of those. Be sure to hit that like button. We're at 61 likes. Can we get 65? Can we get 4 more likes? Are there 4 people out there that haven't hit like? Ugh. Cryptic Spider-Man. I swear they should just call the Kelvin verse the Mirror Universe because everything is so fucking backwards. The fact that K have been there dunking on JJ for 2 hours shows how much he fucked up. James McGill. Wish they did Star Trek show during the movie era after Star Trek 2. I agree. Broken Speaker. Haha, we broke the captain. Feed me Seymour. Get some dairy. We'll sort your stomach problems out. Okay, I'll try that. Adam Juneman. Have a good night. Turd Ferguson. Schlink to Jock Spock. Spock's full name was revealed in the TOS novel Ishmael. In TOS episode The Side of Paradise, Spock said that his full name was unpronounceable to humans. Yes. Richard says, what is Trip Tucker's favorite food? What is Malcolm Reed's favorite food? Malcolm Reed's is pineapple, and Trip Tucker's is catfish with pecan pie. Although I just watched one where Archer was asking him what he wanted Chef to make him when he gets back to keep him awake, and he said prime rib with mashed potatoes and broccoli. It's like, that's pretty good too. So, yeah, definitely catfish and pecan pie. I see 63 likes. General Grievous, what is the name of Spock's teddy bear? Ashaya. Ashaya. And it's got big teeth. Trip's favorite meal was Vulcan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whew. Vulcan beaver. Man, Prime sounds good, and it's my birthday tomorrow. So, oh, happy birthday, Broken Speaker! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Broken Speaker! Happy birthday to you from Captain Foley and Trekyards. Happy birthday, man! Cryptic Spider-Man. Wait, is there a mirror universe of the Kelvin timeline where the Enterprise is the actual size? There are no windows and no aft nacelle, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, the aft nacelle. Wow. David Julius, I gotta go. Heading out now to go to what? Star Trek Las Vegas. I don't know where you're going, Olivia, but be safe. Shit, I gotta carry downstairs now. St. Louis, Missouri. All right. St. Louis. Broken Speaker. Yeah, those aft bows get me every time. All right, guys. I'm out. We got 65 likes, which is awesome. You guys were fantastic tonight. Thank you so much. It was a good one. Got a lot of trivia questions right, and I love that. I love hanging out with you guys. So thank you so much. I might do some more on the weekend. I don't know. I actually have a pretty busy weekend lined up, so I likely won't. But I do want to do more lives during the course of the week, perhaps. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully you enjoyed this. So live long and prosper, everybody. Have yourselves a good one. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, it's Captain Foley signing off.